Welcome to my journal number 58. I'm on a roll. My name is Jules and this is kind of a video journal of the crafty side of my life, all about the things I love and the things that make my life really happy and joyful. So today is almost the end of March. It's the 30th of March. It's beautiful, beautiful weather. Yesterday was so glorious and I think today is going to be just the same. It's quite hard to tell from this room because that faces north. This is my workroom. So yeah, it's always a little bit darker in here and a bit cooler, which is amazing in the summer. Not so good in the winter. So yeah, but it's beautiful and warm and the birds are singing and my narcissi are bursting out of the ground. We planted lots last year. Yeah, such a lovely time of year, and Easter's coming up next weekend as well, so, or this weekend should I say, so that's really exciting. I live in England, in West Sussex, which is on the south coast of England, with my husband and my grown-up son, who is due to move out very soon, but there's been lots of hold-ups with mortgages and solicitors, and if you've moved house you know what I'm talking about. Very stressful. And our gorgeous whippet Mabel, who I love. So do I need to tell you anything else? I don't think so. Oh, all the show notes for this journal will be down below this video on YouTube. I try and put clickable links. Sometimes that's trickier than others. I do have some issues with clickable links on YouTube, but I try very hard and I think I succeed most times. So anything I talk about, you'll find a link to, or most things, you'll find a link to below this video, and it will take you off to various places, quite often to Ravelry, so just be aware of that because that's where I keep a record of my projects and that's where I sell my patterns, although I also sell my knitting patterns on my Etsy shop. And you can find me as So Sweet Violet basically everywhere. No, not everywhere. You can find me on Shopify, you can find, which is my shop, which is www.sosweetviolet.co.uk. I'm So Sweet Violet on Ravelry. I have a very sadly neglected blog. I'm So Sweet Violet on Instagram. Is that everywhere? I think that's everywhere. In the making, we have a sip of coffee. Yummy, right. I have cast on for my Tulip sweater by Melody Hoffman. I think I spoke about this in my last journal, but I wanted to use some yarn that I had in stash and it wasn't the right weight. I had to do some jiggling about to get the gauge right, but I used a brilliant, not really a tutorial, but a how-to of how to change the gauge on anything you want to knit basically, and it's by Tin Can Knit. So if you Google change gauge on sweater or whatever, Tin Can Knits, it comes up and it's simple, to the point and understandable. So instead of doing the size I would normally do, I've gone up 2 sizes. I think I'm doing the second to largest size on this now. Yes, I am. So first of all, it called for a tubular cast on. That scared me, but I asked for, what is that on there? Oh, it's a knobble in the yarn. It's knobbly yarn. I mentioned on my last journal, did anybody know of a great tutorial for a tubular cast on? And so many people suggested Andrea Mowry's, sorry, my brain's not quite in gear yet, Andrea Mowry's tutorial, and it's brilliant. So I used that and I did my tubular cast on. I such a lovely cast on, and it was fun actually. Once I got the hang of casting on in knit one, purl one, which is a bit fiddly, but once you've practiced a bit, it becomes a bit of muscle memory. It was challenging, but I found it really rewarding. I feel like my neckline may have stretched out a little bit around the top because I think I was using too small a cable, but I think it'll be fine. So this is where I am. Yep, it doesn't look like a jumper, does it? But I've been doing the raglan increases, and I think I have about 10 more rounds until I split for the sleeves. I should have put it on a bigger gable, but I'm loving it. It's a really nice gauge. So I'm using, let me see, 4mm needles. And what does the pattern call for? The pattern calls for 5mm needles. So I've gone down a whole millimetre size. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this actually. It's a really nice knit. I had a few false starts, but that is generally me. I get a bit I start questioning myself when I'm knitting a garment. I've knit quite a few now, but I still feel quite like a beginner with garment knitting. So this yarn, oh, let me show you my bag. Oh, this is a bag from my bestie Amy, and oh, I love it so much. It's Liberty, and you can wear it across your body like this and go around knitting. It's brilliant. And I have her, I think that's upside down actually, there we go. I have her beautiful dogwood pin on there. Oh, I love it. I don't know if she still has those in stock, but I'll have a look. So yeah, I was going to show you the yarn, wasn't I? This yarn is King Cole Forest, and it's recycled. It says recycled Aran. But in my opinion, it's not Aran. I would say it's a light DK actually. But I really, really like it. It's 35% wool, 20% acrylic, 20% polyamide, 25% viscose. Yeah, so it's very interesting, and it's got lots of knobbles and flecky bits. I just really, really like it. I first saw this on Lovely Sam of Betsy Makes podcast, and I thought I'd give it a go. So I ordered this, which is Y Forest, which is spelled W-Y-R-E Forest. But I also ordered a green, which is lovely as well. So who knows, if this works out and I love this, I may knit another one because I know the gauge and everything. I may knit a green one as well, but we'll see. So I'm really enjoying this. It's at the point where there's something to do because you have raglan increases every other round, but you also, it's quite restful as well because you get one round with nothing, and the amount of stitches on there is quite long. I think I'm about 350 stitch, no, 300, oh no, sorry, I was reading the wrong bit. I'm probably on about 350 stitches at the moment, but yeah, so I just got a few more rounds before I separate for the sleeves, and then I'll be able to try it on. So that'll be really helpful. So that is my tulip sweater, which I'm enjoying that a lot. My other in the making is actually a bit naughty because it's for the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. I know. I had to start this sock purely for the fact that I've recently released my Flossy sock pattern, which you can find both on Ravelry and my Etsy pattern shop. But I needed to work some things out, so I needed to cast on another one, and I thought, wow, that could kill two birds with one stone. I really hate that saying. That's a horrible saying. I'm never going to say that saying again. It's horrible. Anyway, wants to kill two birds with one stone? Who wants to kill a bird? Who wants to kill two birds? No one in the world. Anyway, so I cast these on and worked out what I was doing. So this is April's sock for the Rainbow Sock Chronicles, and it's my Flossy sock. The toe is, I don't know what that is. I found it in my Beautiful Bits basket, but the actual yarn is this, which is the Bee's Knees by Hedgehog Fibres, and that was in my stash. I love using stash. What else can I tell you? I'm using 2.25 needles on a 24-inch cable, and I use the fixed gel goo. I don't have a picture of a Flossy sock, so I shall pop it in probably this side so you can see. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say about these, except thank you so much to everybody who's already bought the pattern. And I'll just show you a little bit closer. And this little cable detail is actually not a cable, it's just twisted stitches, so it's so easy. There's basically one row out of 4 that you have to think about, which is like my perfect recipe for socks. Then it toe up using my beanie toe and my Gode heel. Yeah, so that's my other work in progress. I do have blankets, but I am trying to keep my journals not too long, because I like to put a vlog at the end, and I already know the vlog is almost half an hour this week. Oh, I should have said what I'm wearing, shouldn't I? I'm wearing my Flossy cardigan by Libby Johnson, and it's knit out of, it's really pretty, oh, so pretty, and it's knit out of Dandelion and Dogwood Cloud Space in She's Naked. Oh, it's so soft, I love it. The only thing I find with this cardigan is it does need readjusting quite a bit fussy, but I find that actually with all cardigans. That's why I think I'm really into cropped jumpers at the moment, because when I'm wearing a dress, which is what I prefer to wear, I say what I prefer to wear, I tend to end up in, just lately anyway, over lockdown, in yoga pants, trackies, pyjama bottoms. So I've not really been wearing many dresses, but in normal life I love wearing dresses, and I find a crop jumper just is really nice. It's nice and light, you don't have to readjust it, and it's just comfy and cozy. So yeah, so I think that's why I'm really into jumpers at the moment. But I do love this, and actually I put it on this morning and I'd forgotten how much I do love it. So yes, this is the, whatever I called it just a minute ago, Flory, that's what I was calling it. A quick note about the mugs. Oh, the mugs. I love these. So I spoke on my last journal about these mugs. And they went in my shop and they sold so quickly. So I'm really sorry to everybody who missed out. But I've spoken to lovely Mary of Mary Writes Ceramics, and she's going to make us some more. So that's exciting. And I think, I'm pretty sure I am going to do international shipping next time, because I felt so bad that all my international friends missed out. I was just really scared about posting them and them staying in one piece, because they're just, oh, they're just so beautiful. And it's a little rainbow. These are called my Prairie Rainbow mugs. So yeah, those shall be coming in May at some point. So thank you, Mary, if you're watching. You've made our day. Finished things. Okay, so last time I showed you the cutest little baby bear hat, didn't I? this time I've got something equally as cute. Are you ready? Da! Oh, so cute. I'm going to stand up so I can give you a really good view. Okay. Oh, that is so sweet, aren't they? So I've spoken about this a lot over my last two journals. And basically, Becky of Bex Creates is a lovely friend of mine, and we have been swapping yarn for the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. If you haven't heard of the Rainbow Sock Chronicles, it's a year-long knit-along hosted by myself and lovely Kelly Lay of Lay Family Yarns, and it's to knit a pair of socks every month. I was going to say every year, every month in a certain colour, and then by the end of the year you'll have a whole wheel of rainbow socks. Oh, I did a clever thing in my last podcast. I actually put a link, an in-video link here to the video that I talk about it. So I'm going to do that again. So excited. I was so chuffed when that worked. I really was. Got my husband. I was like, Pete, look what I've done. He was like, wow. Really unexcited. Anyway, so that is the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. Also, I have lots of questions with people asking me, is it too late to join? No, it's absolutely not too late to join. You can join anytime you like. The only thing is you won't be able to enter for the final grand prize, but you'll be able to enter for the monthly prizes, which I'm going to share something about that in a minute. So, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. Let me turn this around. What happened was Becky messaged me and she said, I'm going to make a tiny sock for every big sock I make in the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. And I said to her, oh, I want to do that too. So it kind of snowballed and I said, why don't we swap yarns and then we can make 2 mini socks per month? And we're like, oh, that's even better. And then I thought, oh, advent calendar, 24 socks instead of 12. That would be perfect. So I got knitting, we both got knitting on our little socks, but I think Bex is going to make some artwork with her. She did say that in her last podcast, so I'm not sure, but it's really exciting. But I still wanted to make an advent calendar. So I finally, after talking about this in my number 56 journal, which would have been a month ago, about adding an I-cord loop, finally did it, and I did it to all of them. And then I remembered these labels that were on my parcels from lovely Sherry Iris is advent calendar. Sherry Iris's advent calendar. And so I've recycled those. And I'm so excited because it's absolutely gorgeous now. But can you imagine? There'll be yellow and then I think it's turquoise, isn't it? Yeah, and then it's blue and green. Oh, it's just so exciting. And I love teeny tiny things. The tinier the better. They really appeal to me. So for these socks, I used lovely Kay from the Bakery Bears. I used her a bookmark for Dobby pattern, but I changed the heel. Actually, I've changed quite a lot now, to be honest, but the pattern was my inspiration in the beginning. And I dropped down to a 2mm needle to make them really, really neat and petite. Love them. So honestly, they have given me so much joy. I'm going to need a bigger pole. How am I going to do that? Anyway, that is my rainbow sock advent. My next finished thing is not actually a whole finished thing. It's a strip. You could probably hear George's alarm clock. It's a finished strip on my northeasterly blanket. And I was really chuffed when I finished it because it meant I could add 80 grams to my stash used this year. So I'm keeping tabs of how much stash I use. So 80 grams is nothing to be sniffed at. So I'm going to show you it's the top strip that I've just completed, and this is the Northeasterly blanket by lovely Ellie of Skeynanigans. I just really enjoy it, and I just wanted to make it a rainbow, and I started this even before the rainbow along. I just love rainbows. So yeah, another strip done. I love the back of this. I love the seam, it's just so neat, and I almost love the back as much as the front actually. So anyway, I'm going to stand back and show you it's in its full glory. It's not huge, but I've done 6 strips now. So I need, oh, look how pretty it looks. I need to magic knot ball another rainbow. So there we go. Then you can find more details about this on, I think, Journal 56 I talked about it, and also on Ravelry. I've had such a tricky back since I chatted to you last. Oh, it's just been horrible, but I had some physio treatment yesterday. My goodness, it was painful. I've had some lower back issues again, which is always kind of lurking in the background for me. And it does frighten me when it happens, because last time when it was bad, I ended up in hospital, which was horrible. So it always gives me the heebie-jeebies when I feel those twinges, and it's just my pelvis twists slightly out of place and it pulls the sacral joints. I don't know. Anyway, it just gets really uncomfortable and I can feel it's not in the right place. But also I've been having a lot of pain in my right shoulder. And I was just chatting to my physio yesterday, because just over a year ago I had breast reduction surgery, which was amazing. Well, it hurt, but I'm so glad I had it done. But we came to the conclusion that we think the pain in this side is to do with scar tissue. So she's given me lots of stretches and things to do to stretch this out, because this side didn't heal very well. I had issues on this side, and we're wondering if that kind of has made a lot of tightness and scar tissue. It's because although you can't see a huge amount on the outside, a lot goes on underneath the breast tissue. So yeah, so I'm really, really hoping with some stretches that will solve some pain that I've been getting, which has been really nasty. So fingers crossed. Anyway, let's not dwell on the negatives, shall we? Okay, dream making. So after this journal, there's a vlog, and at the beginning of the vlog, I share with you all of my Laura Ashley fabrics, which I have many more than I thought I had when I started digging them out. Oh, it's like heaven. So anyway, this week, I have planned to have a bit of a quieter week this week, work-wise. And I'm going to start my quilt tomorrow, hopefully. So that is my dream making. And also, I want to make a little bear. Where is she? This little bear. For a lovely friend of mine who is having a baby girl. I'm really excited to start. This is one of Julie Williams' patterns, Little Cotton Rabbits, who, oh, she's so lovely. She's such an inspiration, that lady. I've knitted a few of her larger rabbits before, I think 2. Oh, and I've knit an elephant as well, actually, 3. But I thought for a baby, the tiny little bear, it was going to be a rabbit, and I thought, no, I'm going to change. I'm going to go for a bear, because I always go for rabbits. So I'm going to make a little bear, and I've dug out some yarn from Stash. I've got a couple of minis for the snout. I think I'm going to go for this one. And the dress is going to be this colour, I think. And then she's going to have purple pants. So adorable. So that's my other dream making. So hopefully she may be finished next podcast. She may not be. We will see. I probably should have started her a bit earlier, to be honest. I've been pottering in the greenhouse and the garden quite a lot. Because of my back, I can only really do 15 minutes of gardening comfortably. Well, it feels okay to carry on, but then I get quite a lot of spasming in my lower back, which is not good. So I set myself a goal to do 15 minutes of gardening each day, which works out, I think I worked it out as an hour and 3/4 over the whole week. It's a lot of gardening, isn't it, really? 15 minutes a day is nothing. An hour and 3/4 of gardening is a lot. There's been a couple of days where I haven't because my back has been too bad. But I've been planting seeds as well, so I've got lots of seeds growing, which you'll see in the vlog. But I'm really enjoying it, and I hope to get my 15 minutes in today. So yeah, it's just spring around the corner is just filling me with so much optimism. And lockdown seems to be coming to an end, but we're all too afraid to say it's not going there. You know what I mean, I'm sure. Okay, favourite things. A couple of weeks ago, I commented on a post by Mrs. Robinson's Cupcakes. I don't know Mrs. Robinson's name, not her first name, so I only know her by Mrs. Robinson. She'd made this beautiful hat, and I said how pretty it was, and I love the scallop. And she said, Jules, if you want it, you can have it. And I thought, wow, that's nice. I was like, yes, please. And she sent it to me. And it's so pretty. I love scallops so much. And I love the colours, and do you know, just the gesture of her saying, it's yours if you want it. It's like, really? Honestly, I was so touched. And she's done like a rolled hem, and then the ribbing is really, really cute. And they've got a pom-pom and all the yarns that she's used. It's so adorable. This scallop though, I'm going to have to incorporate this kind of scallop in some knitwear, I think. So yeah, so pretty. So thank you so much, Mrs. Robinson. But she also sent me this, which is so cute. Look at that fabric. And inside, look how cute it is. And inside some tea bags. Oh, I love tea bags, especially because they're like a little afternoon treat, aren't they? I don't drink caffeinated tea at all, and I hate normal tea. Ugh. It tastes like drinking perfume to me. You're probably all going, Jules, honestly. So this is rose lemonade, and this is mohiti. So I'm really looking forward to those. I think I might have had both of them before, but a long time ago, so looking forward to those. My other favourite thing is a bit random really, but my lovely friend Claire sent me a little gift a while ago, and this card. And this card came from Whistlefish, and it reminded me of holidays long gone, long gone, with my children when they were little, when we went to Cornwall. We often went to Cornwall, so it's such a beautiful place. And Whistlefish have shops down there, and they sell the most beautiful cards, and they also sell frames for cards and all sorts of other little bits and gifts and things. And it had me thinking, because just lately I have been buying cards, well, say just lately, for a while I've been buying cards from my local garden centre because they're plastic free, but they're £2.99 a card, which is a lot, isn't it? If you have like 6 or 7 occasions in a month, it's quite a lot of money. So I thought, I'll go on Whistlefish and see how much their cards are and if they come in plastic. So off I go to Whistlefish, and they had a deal on, and it worked out that my cards, I bought some obviously, worked out at 80p each. I bought a lot. I think I bought 30 or 35 cards. They worked out at 80p each. And they're this size, very similar to this. I'll show you a couple in a minute. And I couldn't find out if they were plastic free or not. But when they arrived, I was over the moon because not only were they plastic free, they were also wrapped in cardboard, nothing else. So I was chuffed to bits. So I got a big batch of cards. I'll just show you one or two. Shall I show you some really adorable ones? Oh, where is the unicorn? Where's my unicorn card? Oh, found it. Found it. So I'm just going to share a couple with you. So I got this one. I mean, isn't that pretty? And I also got this one. Let me show you a normal square one, just so you know they sell square ones. By the way, I'm not sponsored or anything. I'm just showing you because I like them. And they're plastic free. So I had this big pile of amazing cards, and I got some wrapping paper as well. And they always seem to have a special deal. If you buy so many, you get some money off. I had this huge pile of cards. I thought they're going to get ruined if I just put them in a drawer. So this is the naughtier bit. I went on Amazon. Well, actually, I didn't go on Amazon to start with. I did a Google search for a card box and couldn't really see anything I liked. And then I did, and they were the wrong size because obviously they had to fit the square cards in, which are quite big. But then I went on Amazon and I saw this. How lovely is that? It was quite expensive, but it did come with quite a few cards, which unfortunately were in plastic. But I'm just really pleased. Let me show you one of the cards. Oh, that's one. Isn't that pretty? Actually, I could put the link below to this tin and card set because I am affiliated with Amazon. I'm rubbish, I never mention anything, but I'll put the link below, and if you're interested, the link's there, and I might get tuppence. I might not. Anyway, so I'm really chuffed. So now I've got my card box tin, which sits on there, on my cubbies. And it has all my cards in, and I can get a bulk at a time so that I'm not always thinking, I need an anniversary card, I need a birthday card. I've got them. I'm so happy. That has made me happy. I don't even know the word, but too happy really to be a normal person. But I'm really chuffed because I love being organised. I love bumblebees and flowers. And the tin is so pretty. I need to put a label on. How pretty. Shop shenanigans. Okay, so this journal, I thought I would share two kind of connected products. So the first product is this. And I called this a fibre fairy, but basically what it is, it's a cedarwood disc and it's really chunky. And it's obviously engraved with my logo and fibre fairy, and even the teeny tiny little bee from my logo's on there. The back is plain and it's threaded with silk ribbon, variegated silk ribbon, which is very hard to show. And I have different coloured ribbons. So I actually have 3 different coloured ribbons. I have purple, pink, and there's also peach, which I haven't got one to show you. But these are made of cedarwood, and cedarwood repels moths. So I had them made quite selfishly for myself, actually, just to put in with my knitwear and my stash. Gosh, that is so hard. And my stash. It was a bit of a kerfuffle, if I'm being honest, because the laser company I used didn't stock cedarwood. So I had to source some cedarwood from another company, get them to ship it to the laser company, and then they made them for me. So it's a bit of a kerfuffle. But I'm really glad I had it done. They're really good and stinky. It's quite a nice smell. It smells a bit like, it's quite a manly aftershave-y kind of smell, which I love. Like the background note. I love that. It's nice. I love the smell of wood anyway. These will last for a really long time, the fragrance on them, but you can recharge them with, if you just put 1 drop of cedarwood oil, essential oil, on the back when they need recharging. They will just last forever. So you just nestle them or hang them around your knitwear and your stash, and it keeps the moths at bay. But I think they're also really pretty, and it took me ages and lots of friends emailing to come up with Fibre Fairy, because they're like little fairies that look after your fibre. So moving on from those, I also wanted to show you these little reels of variegated silk thread. You can see the connection now, can't you? Because this is, it's not thread, it's ribbon, sorry. This is the ribbon that I use to thread the Fibre Fairies with. It's silk ribbon, and they come on these beautiful little wooden spools, and I have all these colours. So I have pink, violet, oops, that one's unravelling, peach and apricot, and they're so pretty. So you can find these in my shop if you're interested, but they're so lovely for wrapping gifts, tying things like these, adding labels. You could obviously use it for embroidery, silk ribbon embroidery as well. So yeah, I just wanted to share those with you because they're a bit different to a lot of the products I sell in my shop. Okay, so a little bit of chatter. This often happens. I set myself a little chatter section in my journal notes, which I have down here. But by the time I get to it, I've basically chatted about it already because I like to share, I guess. But the thing I haven't talked about is time change. The clocks going forward, which was last weekend. Wow. I've always said ever since I was a young mum, that the time changes that we have twice a year, which I really dislike, really make me feel like I have jet lag. And I thought it was just a weird thing, but the older I get, the more I hear about other people saying it too. So it's obviously a real thing. But the day after the clocks went forward, I felt ghastly all day. It was also a full moon, which also I've noticed does affect my mood as well. But I felt so grumpy. And yeah, it was a bad day. It was a really bad day. So I really, really dislike the clocks changing. I wish they'd just leave it alone. I do. Anyway, that's my moan. Okay, so I talked about the Rainbow Sock Chronicles earlier, and I'm going to show you the prize for this month's chatter thread, because I host the chatter thread. I say that very loosely. And Kelly hosts the finished things thread, the finished socks thread. So we both draw a prize at the end of each month for a winner. And so I'll be drawing a prize for my chatter thread ladies. I think it's only ladies, but I could be wrong. When I said I say it very loosely when I host the chatter thread, I have 2 amazing ladies which I've spoken about before. There's lovely Christy and lovely Steph, and honestly I do not know where I'd be without them. They are amazing. They have saved my bacon. So thank you ladies if you're watching. Anyway, this month's prize comes from Julie, and she is Hide and Tweed, that's her shop. But she has donated this gorgeous leather journal. Oh, how beautiful is it? It's all hand bound. And inside it has these gorgeous pages, and they have kind of rough edges, and there's so many pages in here. Oh, it's so lovely, and the leather, oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And you can see, let me show you the pages, how they're stitched in. It's so beautiful. So there's that, but not only that, she also sent this little cork purse. How cute is that? And it's got 2 little pockets. It's got a pocket in the front, and then it's got the main pocket. Oh, it's so lovely. So beautifully made. Yeah, so thank you so much, Julie. So I'll put a link to Julie's shop down below, but it's Hide and Tweed. Yeah, so that is the prize for this month's chatter thread. There's always an amazing prize, by the way, so go along and have a good old chatter. Well, I think that's me done. So my plan is to go and edit this video. I made some sneaky Snickers yesterday, which are dates stuffed with peanut butter and dipped in dark chocolate. So I may have one of those while I'm editing. And I hope to go and plant some more seeds, I think, today. So that's my day. I'm trying to have a bit of a chill week because I've been working really, really hard and I've ended up making lots of silly mistakes, and I thought, I think I need a break, a little rest. So that's what I'm going to try and do this week. Hopefully I'll get lots of knitting done, and hopefully I'll make a good start on my quilt. I also, before I go, I just want to say thank you so much for all the comments that you left, that you always leave on my journals. It's so lovely of you. It's so lovely to get just some feedback on what I'm saying, what I'm showing, and yeah, it's just so lovely, and you're always so kind and caring, and yeah, so thank you very, very much. Oh, and thank you for getting me to 10k. I was so excited. I've been 9,000 subscribers for, I don't know, so long, probably a whole year. And when it ticked over to 10, I was like, yes, I've made it. I'm really not a number person at all. And yeah, but it was lovely to see 10k. I was just getting bored of seeing 9k, to be honest. I'm going to go. I want to wish you all a really happy Easter, a beautiful spring. Enjoy the weather. If it's sunny, just get out there, just get outside and enjoy it, because it can be very fleeting, can't it? Stay safe. When things start getting back to normal, be very, very careful and look after yourselves and wear your masks and do all the stuff. Don't forget to wash your hands. Yeah, stay safe. Sending you all my love. Bye. Thought I would share with you my Laura Ashley stash ready for quilt making. So some of these have sentimental meaning behind them, and some of them I've been gifted, which also means they have sentimental meaning, and some of them I have purchased from eBay. So this one is, I had a lot of this fabric when my children were growing up, and I made their Wendy house, which is like a playhouse in the garden, made the curtains out of that, and I had leftover. This one is super sentimental because when I was expecting Bryony, which is a very long time ago now, I made the nursery curtains out of this. Oh, and I just love it so much because it had pink and blue and green and it seemed perfect. This was an eBay purchase. This has sentimental value as well because my mum had, I can't remember where the curtains were, maybe in her ensuite, or it might have been a blind, but that reminds me of my mum. This is just, I don't know, I just have it in my stash. Yeah, this was an eBay purchase. This is beautiful. This is Kate. This, I'm pretty sure it's Laura Ashley. I think I must have got that from eBay. This was a lovely gift from one of my lovely friends from the podcast. More Kate. These are bigger bits now. So more Kate. This is from eBay. Stripe is from eBay. This is so beautiful. I have a lot of this and I got this off eBay. Look, I have this big chunk, oops, here, which I thought I would back the quilt with. So that's that pile. Okay, so these are all the smaller bits. This is Kate. Such pretty soft colours. Now this is the same as that pinky one that I wasn't sure is Laura Ashley, but It does feel like it and look like it, but if anybody knows, please could they shout out. This, I don't know where this came from, but it's really pretty. And although I'm doing really small, or quite small squares, I may do some fussy cutting. eBay. Now this was in, I'm pretty sure this was in my bathroom growing up. Oh, such lovely memories. Some of these I may not use, like this one. This, I made something for George when he was little. I can't remember what, and this is left over. So I may have to squeeze a little bit of that in, but I'm not quite sure it's for the feel of what I'd like. This also, my mum had in her house. I really can't remember. This one I may not use, but it's definitely Laura Ashley. This one I'm pretty sure is Laura Ashley. It reminds me of my niece, and I'm not quite sure why. This was my mum's curtains somewhere. My mum and I loved Laura Ashley. Some more Kate in pink, which cannot be underestimated. This eBay, really, really pretty. These are all eBay little bits. Lots of blues. Oh, so pretty. And a few bits of that one. This one I purchased on eBay as Laura Ashley. Don't recognise it, but it probably is. A tiny bit of this one, which I love. This one is very bright, so may not go in, but it might be quite nice to lift the whole palette. Love this one. I can't remember what it is. This one, when I was growing up, I had, well, I don't know what, I think it's called a kidney-shaped dressing table, and it was literally it was a shape of a kidney on the top, and it had a piece of glass over the top of a valance around the top of the kidney shape, and then it had curtains, and this was from the curtain. You can see the seam. It must have been leftovers. I love that. I was not your normal teenager. I had Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady wallpaper, and oh yeah, I really was not your typical teenager. A bit more Kate. Can't remember what these are called, but these are so iconic. Laura Ashley fabrics. So beautiful. These are all from eBay. This is it reminds me of something, I'm not sure what. It'll probably come to me. More Kate. That is such a pretty colourway. Don't know what that's called, but it's beautiful. I think these were all from eBay. I love this. It's not my colours at all. It's kind of off-white and brown, but I love it. This was called Polyanthus, or is called Polyanthus. Also reminds me of something, and I don't know what. These are all from eBay. I don't remember this one at all, but it's really pretty. I may fussy cut those. These are all at eBay. These are some nice peachy ones. And some blue. Look at this one. Oh, so beautiful. You can see it okay there. These are all from eBay still. This one is beautiful. It's got like little roses on it. So I think I've got enough to get going on my quilt, although as I said, I've hurt my back. I love that colour too. I've got a big piece of that. I've hurt my back, so I don't know when I will start it now. So annoying. Some of these are repeats. That's the same as that. So lovely. That's quite dark, but I think could be quite good. This is pretty. It's like Japanese cherry blossom. I don't ever remember that one. This is some Emma. I'm just checking, making sure you can see. This reminds me, but I don't know. I think I might have already shown you some of that. Got these all from eBay. Love this one. Love a dress out of that. This one, not my colour, but again it could look really nice in a quilt. Look at that. Oh, that's the same as that brown one I like, isn't it? It's the same as that one there. Oh, this one I really love too. Oh, how gorgeous. And I also have some smaller bits. These were given to me very kindly by a lovely friend of the podcast. So I'll be able to use those and cut them into strips, hopefully. And I'm hoping to get a square out of these because look at that. Oh, such a lovely gift. And these are mine from when I was probably a teenager. Probably won't use the plain pink. But I seem to have 2 packs of these because I think I purchased one from eBay as well a long time ago. And then I've got this pack. Oh, just look at that. Oh, just so lovely. So I'm really, really excited to get going. And I was going to make a postage stamp quilt, but I think I've changed my mind to an Irish chain quilt. Yeah, so that's all my fabrics. So I have come out to do my 15 minutes of gardening. I need to empty the compost, that isn't gardening. In here's some seeds. Oh look, this is an old sign. I made it about 3 or 4 years ago. It was really fun. And I had a little wooden box. I don't think I've got it anymore. And I don't know how I stuck the jam jars to the wooden box, but they're all stuck in. And I used to sell the little bunches of flowers. We raised quite a lot of money actually. I just put them outside on my road. To the compost. Planting session. So I had this, is it a modular sewing tray or something, and I thought, oh, I may as well use that. So I've sewed an individual seed in each little module. So I'll show you what I've got. So in the first one I have got, in the first row rather, I've got this one, Cosmos Xenia. Then I've got Cosmos Apricot Lemonade, Cosmos Cupcakes. These look so lovely. I've sewed 2 rows of these. Then I've got these that my lovely friend Cherie gave me. Night Flocks Midnight Candy. There's those. There's those. Then I've got my lovely friend Rachel gave me these last year, and these are Clary. I think it's Clary Safe, I'm not sure. Then I've got 1 row of these, which are Sugar Stars Flocks. And then this one's got a really cute name. This is Flocks of Sheep. Then I've got 2 rows of a Love in a Mist, which is Nigella. So fingers crossed. And for the labels, I didn't have anything to write on. I normally have used and used and used and used again plastic plant sticks, but I don't want to buy those again. So I've got one here, and I just wipe them clean and use them again next year. But I don't know where they've all gone, probably broken. So I just cut up the box that these plants came in, which are Visnaga. And actually I was pretty impressed with Sarah Raven because the packaging this time was completely plastic free. So it just came with that. Oh, I'll show you this one. I'm in a muddle here. So they came in this, and then inside this sleeve. So I'm going to use this sleeve to send my friend a plant, a little house plant that I've been growing for her. Oh, this my family think is hilarious. So I wanted to buy a new dustpan brush for the house. Look at my nails. And so I thought, I don't want to buy plastic, so I'm going to go and I'll get a nice wood and metal one. So I ordered this one, but it's very well known in my family that I don't check measurements. Probably never, or weights, or anything. So we get some random things on our grocery shop. But this, it came and I was thinking, what have I ordered? Because it's, look, it's tiny. It's so small. And it came in just a little envelope. And I was thinking, what have I ordered? And I opened it. Oh my goodness, I nearly wet myself laughing because it's supposed to be a big dustpan and brush and it's tiny. But how perfect is it for cleaning my potting bench? So they can laugh all they like, can't they? Right, in here I've got some salad leaves left over from last year. I think I've got some of this Osolo lettuce mix, and I think I've got 2 different salad mixes here, so I'm just going to put them in. See what happens. I tried to grow salad last year and it was a fail. The year before that was amazing. So I don't know, I think it's a bit hit and miss. So it's still really, really cold. I think we had a frost last night, so I'm going to start a salad crop in the greenhouse, and maybe in a couple of weeks I'll sow some directly outside. Here I've got Consolida in Misty Lavender. I can't remember what that looks like actually. And in here I've got my sweet peas. They started coming up, so I took their lid off, but lots of them haven't come up, so I'm going to give them another week, and if I have empty cells I'm going to re-sow some more seeds in those cells. I'm just going to give them a bit of warmth just with their little lid on. So there we go. This I don't think has any hope in the world. It looks, I don't know, it looks dead, but I'll give it a while. So yeah, I'm going to sow some salad now. I almost forgot to plant my Honesty. I love this, it's so pretty. I love the seed pods, but the flowers are lovely too. So I've just sown some of those as well. I'm sowing smaller numbers. It's temptation, isn't it, to plant like 30. But in reality, well, also we're having work done this year, so I'm not going to have as much space as usual. So I have to remember that. It's not really in my nature to be measured, so I'm having to be careful of that. Oh, can you hear the wind? I'm going in for lunch in a minute, so I've got some focaccia to bake. So I'm going to have a late lunch and have fresh focaccia. Sourdough focaccia, so delicious. Right, the other thing I've planted is some allium, don't know what that says, Schubertii maybe? But these were given to me from my lovely friend Christine, and they are the great big giant alliums, and she saved them from her plants last year, so I'm really interested to see how these grow. I put one seed in each pot, but I had a few left over, so I just popped them in because I didn't want to waste them, just in case they don't all come up. So that's exciting.